Well, I want to talk to you about a product today called Plexus Slim. Plexus Slim is very, very unique. First of all, easy to do. It comes in a little stick pack. You dissolve that stick pack in a glass of water or a bottle of water, 12 to 17 ounces. Shake it on up and drink it down or sip it along the way through the morning or the afternoon. And that's really all you have to do in order to get that to work. Pretty easy. Well, how does it work? First of all, I want to talk about some of the ingredients in it because they're very, very special. Chlorogenic acid is an ingredient that is one of the main things in the product. It has been studied extensively over the past 6 or 7 years, and those of us in the medical field keep seeing articles come out, one after the other, about the benefits of it. First of all, it really works well to burn fat, to convert fat to energy. And that's, after all, one of the results that we're after. The second thing that it's really good at is getting your blood sugar to move more toward a normal range. I have to tell you that in the last 10 years or 15 years, all kinds of work has been done from a research basis to define the things that are causing the problem in terms of weight and what we can do to lose it. One of the biggest things to come out of all that research is the fact that they found you cannot lose weight safely and in a healthy way unless your blood sugar is back in balance. And one of the things that chlorogenic acid does in a very efficient, very safe manner is to help rebalance your blood sugar. That is very critical. The third thing that chlorogenic acid really does well is it helps reduce your appetite. Well, gee whiz, if we're hungry, what do we tend to do? We tend to eat. I mean, I do that, you do that. It's one of the big problems that we have. So this actually helps reduce your appetite so you're not hungry all the time, you don't have the urge to snack all the time. In fact, I've got to tell you that chlorogenic acid is such a good ingredient that Dr. Oz did a huge segment on one of his shows just on this particular ingredient, this substance, because it is so good. Another ingredient in this product is very special. It's citrin K. Now, many of you have heard of Garcinia cambogia before. It's been around for a while, but this is a very special form of it. It's so special that this has a patent on it and a brand name on it. So that's the reason that we use it in Plexus Slim. We also have alpha-lipoic acid as an ingredient. Alpha-lipoic acid is very remarkable. It is an incredible antioxidant, but it also has a wonderful modifying influence on the pancreas. And what it allows us to do is to get our body in tune so that when we secrete insulin, it acts in a healthy way to bring blood sugar back more toward the normal range. The product also contains chromium polynicotinate. This is a form of chromium that is very absorbable, much more so than most other forms. And it's a very important element of this. You know, we keep talking about healthy weight loss being associated with good blood sugar levels. Well, chromium has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. In fact, in the Middle Eastern countries, the Far Eastern countries, they use this as a treatment for diabetes. Well, in this particular case, this adds to the body's ability to go ahead and regulate the blood sugar in a healthy way. So that's one of the reasons it's very critical to a product like Plexus Slim. The last ingredient I want to discuss is oxypregnane steroidal glycoside. Now, that is a real mouthful. I've got to tell you, though, that it is a fancy name for something you may have heard about, Hoodia. Hoodia has a great story about it. The full name of it is Hoodia gordonii, and it really comes from the driest, most barren place on this earth, and that is the Kalahari Desert in southwestern Africa. And there are a tribe there. The only tribe that can live on that land, because it's so barren, are the Bushmen, and they're called the Sand Bushmen. And I'm going to tell you, these people are very small, they're very thin, and they can run, literally run, not walk, not hike like we do, but run for days without stopping across that Kalahari Desert. But hunger is a major issue there. Not only is there not much to eat, but that would limit what these folks can do. So in order to eliminate that problem, they constantly chew on the bush Hoodia gordonii. And by doing so, it limits their appetite. They don't feel hungry, and they have lots of energy, and they can still keep running and running and running. So there have been a number of studies that have tried to find out why this works, and they've identified a substance called P57. P57 has been tested a number of times, and what they found was that people that use that particular substance, not everybody, but the vast majority of people, start to lose weight, not because the weight comes off, but because of the fact that they're not hungry and therefore they don't eat, and that allows the body to lose the weight. So this is something that is very important to us. We talked about appetite control earlier. So we've talked about the product, we've talked about the ingredients. You know, how does that translate into things that you can feel and you can see? Well, we know that this mix of ingredients really works together to help your body do a lot of the following things. It helps it to maintain and promotes healthy blood sugar levels, healthy cholesterol levels. It gives you more energy. It helps your sleep pattern improve. It helps decrease stress in a lot of particular cases where you can tolerate stress better. If the body is in a position to burn off that weight and lose some of that weight, that's a healthy thing too, because it selectively helps burn off what we call visceral fat, the fat around our belly, the fat around our intestines. Why is that important? Because we know that that particular portion of our fat produces chemicals that cause inflammation. And inflammation is one of the major problems in terms of causes of disease. So this really has a lot of different benefits. People that have been on it have reported the fact that they're not as hungry. They've also reported the fact that they don't crave carbohydrates as much as they did. They don't have the urge to snack all the time. All of this really are the things that come together to help improve your weight management, and that is the whole issue. How do we make it even better? We have a marvelous product called the Accelerator. When we use that together with this, that is a dynamic duo. It really is a combination that maximizes all the benefits. So one of the things I want to tell you is that it's very easy to take. You know, I talked about just take a stick pack and dump it into some water and mix it up. But what about meals? What about food intake? You can take it anytime. A lot of people like to take it about half an hour before a meal. It doesn't matter which meal. I take it personally first thing in the morning, along with my other vitamins. So, and let me, by the way, tell you about my personal journey with Slim and Accelerator. I started taking this for a good reason. Without realizing it, I'd put a couple pounds on every year for the last few years, and I got to the point where I weighed, for me, a huge amount, 180 pounds. I had never weighed that much before in my life. So I wanted to go ahead and lose the excess weight, and I figured, wait, I'm here, I've got all this product, I'm going to go ahead and give it a good try. So I started taking Slim once a day, and I started taking the Accelerator. Well, I have to tell you, I'm not one of the people that had dramatic weight loss where I lost 15 pounds in the first 2 weeks. But I did have nice, slow, steady weight loss, and now I'm down to 163, which is absolutely my ideal weight for my age and height. So you can do this too. We've had people that have lost 50, 80, 100, even 150 pounds. But I've got to tell you that you've got to work at it, and you've got to take it diligently, and you have to go ahead and really be aware of what you're eating as well. So, you know, everything like this always works better in conjunction with lower carb intake and lower calorie intake and no snacking and things like that. You don't need me to tell you that. You know that automatically. So if it can work for me, it can work for you. Go ahead and give it a try.